What's going on, my fellow A-plusers? Welcome back once again to a brand new episode. It's your host, Adam Perez, as always, certainly coming through as we've got 3 brand new DINO Fury episodes to review for you guys today. That's right, today is June 15th, which means on Netflix, guys, you can actually catch the entire first half of Power Rangers DINO Fury. Not just the episodes that have already aired on Nickelodeon from 1 through 8, but Netflix is also giving us 3 additional new episodes, guys. So today, we're dropping our episode 9 review for you guys. Tomorrow will in fact be episode number 10, and Thursday will be episode 11. We really want to stretch out this Power Rangers DINO Fury week, if you will, to continue to celebrate the fact that our hiatus has been cut a little bit short for these 3 episodes. Granted, we still have another hiatus coming, not sure exactly when the second half will drop, but these will certainly hold me over, to definitely say the least, guys. So really eager to go ahead and talk about it with you guys. And then of course this weekend we do go live every Saturday at noon Central Time. We'll definitely go ahead and have a discussion with you guys in regards to the new 3 episodes that we wind up getting. So guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into DINO Fury episode number 9, baby. That's right. And listen, at the end of the day, always remember, these are just my A+ opinions. At the end of the day, I want to know yours, though. Let your thoughts be known in the live chat or the comment section box below after this particular video winds up airing. And listen, and I will also say this, doesn't matter what I think about the episode. If you guys enjoyed it, if you guys loved it, I'm definitely there for you. I certainly hope that you guys are happy and thrilled that DINO Fury certainly is back. But you guys always know I'm always going to be honest, unbiased, tell it to you like it is in regards to my opinions for the episode. And when it comes to episode number 9, as excited as I am for DINO Fury to certainly come back and see the cast once again in here, episode 9 for me is probably maybe the weaker of the DINO Fury episodes that I've seen so far. Now, don't get me wrong. This episode just felt more like a mixed bag. Things that maybe hit me wrong. The idea of just that generic sort of life lesson storyline. But also with some great moments throughout this episode that we're definitely going to go ahead and highlight and talk about the positives for sure as well. But as far as it goes, like if I had to rank this episode on what I've seen so far out of episodes 1 through 8, this is probably going to be on the bottom end of it here. And not to say that, you know, just the generic life lessons aren't enough, but sometimes I wish that some episodes help push the story forward just a little bit more. And then for that, I didn't necessarily see that here in this episode. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what some of the ramifications are certainly coming out of this episode. I mean, we get the opportunity to see Void Knight in here cutting off communications and teleportations for our Power Rangers, leaving them stranded in the middle of nowhere, if you will. We see our Rangers trying to go camping. Ollie's probably doing a little bit of glamping, if you will, glamorous camping, as I wind up learning this past week myself. Ollie clearly is not somebody that loves to just be in wilderness and having to fight for their own survival or not have that electricity around to certainly kind of get you through. So he probably would have a miserable time doing some camping, but he's trying to do his best to at least make it as great of an experience as he possibly can. I mean, homeboy's bringing in his electric walking stick, his electric shoes that build up charge as he takes steps, his remote control hammock. I was wondering in the preview, like, why is Ollie wearing that janky ass jacket of his? But you come to find out that it's like a technological marvel that he's wind up creating, from sleeping bags to rolling balls to electric fans to kind of help keep you cool. Ollie brought everything here this week, which was kind of laughable, honestly. But where the episode kind of hits me wrong is the idea that sometimes I feel like this script, at least for this episode, felt like some of these characters were just a little bit out of character than what we're certainly used to, right? Like, yeah, we have seen them, you know, joke around with each other and make fun of each other here and there type of thing. But I always felt like they've always had really great hearts. You know what I mean? That's always going to kind of have your back. So to kind of see how they treated Ollie in here just sort of really rubbed me the wrong way. And while I know the idea of this episode is to kind of build up maybe that life lesson for the team of learning to trust your friends a little bit better, it still felt out of character that everybody would just bail on this dude. You know what I mean? It's not like Ollie doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, the guy literally, while people may laugh at it and they may think it's overkill to bring along with camping, Ollie created that stuff. He invented that stuff. And guess what, guys? It worked, right? I mean, we've seen Ollie helping Dr. Arcana, his mom, you know, with the drone and things like that, scanning Dino Henge, discovering that there was a command center or something underneath sort of thing. That's all things that Ollie has helped his own mom with. So it's like, how does this team not realize that Ollie's probably their best bet of getting out of here? Like, I get maybe the idea of some of his toys that he brought along kind of rubbed the team sort of the wrong way, but the fact that Amelia, Zato, Izzy, and Javi think that the best idea is to just leave Ollie behind so that they can go ahead and walk for hours on end to try and get back to camp, it leaves me scratching my head. And so for me, it really rubbed me the wrong way, especially when the team comes back and then does the best to kiss Ollie's ass to now want to get involved and help him, right? Like, the idea that Zato comes back and says, your high-tech gear didn't seem like it would be useful. What? What? What are you talking about? All your communications are down. Why do you don't think the idea of having electricity and technology around is going to be helpful? Oh, but we were totally wrong. Like that apology is supposed to make up for everything. So now you want to come back and kiss Ollie's ass and get involved. Like, yeah, we should have hung out with you a long time ago. Kiss my ass, man. Like, I don't need your guys' help. I've come up with this brilliant plan by myself. It just really rubbed me the wrong way, because you're trying to tell me that not one of these characters are going to have a soul or a heart to be like, you know what, Ollie, I'm not going to leave you behind, man. I'm just not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the middle of nowhere, who knows what could certainly happen to you? You ain't got no shoes on type of thing. So it just felt really out of character. And it definitely rubbed me the wrong way, because this isn't necessarily, I mean, I guess it is the idea of trusting your friends, but just be nicer, you know? And look, I will say this though, okay? While it certainly did feel very cold to me that the team only comes back around when they've kind of only exhausted their own sort of ideas and things like that, I will say this: they at least did show some great sort of teamwork, at least when they were together, right? The idea of Ollie having everybody do their part to go ahead and put together this gigantic bow and arrow, or like a medieval slingshot, if you will, to go ahead and destroy Void Knight's plan. I kind of really enjoyed that at that moment. I love at least being able to see them kind of all come together and do the teamwork, and them now hopefully trusting Ollie as the season progresses. Like, I think for me, I'm going to have to see how the team starts recognizing what their characters' strengths and weaknesses are, right? Because for me, there's no reason, I feel like based off of what we saw in the first 8 episodes, there's no reason why somebody in that group couldn't think to themselves, you know, Ollie has some great technology ideas. He's been inventing a ton of stuff. Maybe we can use some of his ideas to actually put it together. I would think that somebody in this team already knows it. So as I'm going to be looking towards the remainder of this season, I'm going to be paying attention. Like, are we going to continue to have these little petty problems and this disagreements, or treating people this way? Or are you actually going to learn from the mishaps that you've had in this season so far? So if I can continue to see great teamwork being pushed forward, if I can start seeing people understanding what some of their own comrades' strengths and weaknesses are, and really helping them out and having them back, having their own back in really tough situations, then I'll definitely say this episode was certainly a payoff. But for me, it was just the team just came across really cold to Ollie, and only came back to him when he was sort of their last resort, when honestly he should have been their first one based off of everything that he's shown you in the first 8 episodes and all the technology that he wound up creating. So I think for me, it definitely rubbed me the wrong way, and I just was not a fan of Zato's idea. Your high-tech gear didn't seem like it would be useful. What are you talking about? So yeah, script was super weak to me, unfortunately, in regards to that. So I just hope that they have a better handle on some of these characters as the season definitely progresses. Maybe that's just me, but it just rubbed me the wrong way when I wind up watching it. Let's see here. A couple other things that did jump out at me this week. I thought the action was actually really great. There's a great flow between Sentai and sort of original footage in here. The second unit, if you ask me, is just killing it when it comes to its original fight footage. So really love the scenes and get an opportunity to see the Rangers fight out in the forest. And then even Javi and Izzy facing off against Void Knight for the first time against themselves, which actually goes along with one of the lines that Zato said in this episode earlier about, you guys are going to get the opportunity to finally meet him. And boy, did they do that exactly. To the point to where not only was a really cool fight between these two, but the idea that we actually got to see original footage for some of the power-ups in here was the flare boost and the muscle boost. They continue to do a great job. Like, if you're not going to be using the Super Sentai footage for some of these boost keys, I think what they've been able to do special effects-wise for these boost keys look great. I think they're doing a remarkable job. So definitely the boost keys were fun, and of course some great action that we wind up getting here in this particular week's episode. Quick honorable mention also, speaking of action, I thought the fortress formation for the T-Rex champion Zord and some of the other Zords looked fantastic. I honestly almost forgot that was in the Real Soldier season. For a second thing, I was thinking to myself, like, is this like original Zord footage? I don't believe that certainly was, but I was really digging the idea of the fortress formation being introduced in this episode. I feel like we've gotten so many different formations of their Megazord already within the first 9 episodes that they continue to floor me with some of these surprises and their debut. And it would not surprise me if there was some original footage in this episode also. There were moments when it comes to the Zord stuff or even the gigantic monster stuff that did have me scratching my head wondering, am I seeing Sentai footage or original footage? I just feel like they're doing such a great job of at least blending those two together that it almost feels kind of seamless at times. Let's see here. What else did we wind up having? Quick honorable mentions and some quick shout outs to Javi and his Marshmallows. I love just sort of the idea of the running joke that we see very early on in the episode where, Izzy's letting us know that they never got the opportunity to roast marshmallows because Javi was always eating them. And then by the middle of the episode, the fact that Javi admits he already ate them all and she gives him like that punch, like, you're still doing it? Like, I thought you grew up out of that sort of thing. Clearly not. Clearly something that Javi loves his marshmallows. So everybody send Chance Perez all the marshmallows you can possibly find at the grocery store. But yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. Just the continued joke of him eating up all the marshmallows and still not able to roast a single one of them. Jane and Jayborg with her wishing well kind of thing. I thought that was pretty funny. I haven't seen a payphone in years. And so the biggest question that I would have is, does New Zealand really have that phone there, or is that a prop that you went ahead and sort of put there? When all communication is completely lost, right? The idea of like, oh, maybe we can at least rely on the retro telephone from back in the day, the little payphones. But clearly, unfortunately, that didn't work also. But I thought it was a cute little moment between Jane and Jayborg. Didn't really take me out of the episode at all. And really love just seeing Jayborg continue to learn things about everyday life for some people. I will say this. The idea in here also that Amelia does think Ollie is adorable, at least when it comes to talking to his technology. I am wondering if that's ramped up the talk of Ollie and Amelia sort of being shipped together. I'm sure the talk of relationships will certainly continue to blossom out of this episode based off of that one line. We'll see, guys. We'll see. She was kind of giving him some smirks and some eyes here in this episode, but maybe this was the episode that proved, like, girl, if we're ever in the middle of the forest and we ain't got nothing, I can help save you. Let me just take off my shoes, girl, right? Ollie coming through, man. So I thought that was pretty fun. But yeah, listen, I did enjoy the shine for Ollie at least. I at least enjoyed seeing him know what he's doing enough and believing in himself enough to go ahead and help our Rangers out of the situation that they find themselves in. But unfortunately, it just felt out of character to me that the Rangers would just leave Ollie behind and sort of just neglect everything that they've learned about him. Even the fact that he's a walking technological masterpiece and you don't think anything that he's doing is going to help you. It just, again, really out of character, little light on the script, but I get the overall message. I just didn't like the way that they certainly went about portraying it, if that makes sense. But other than that, again, great action sequences, original footage is brilliant and breathtaking. Like the special effects, the little things that they do, like the effect for the slashes of the sword and things like that. The idea that they are, at least, they could easily just use Sentai footage for all these boost keys things, but the fact that they're pushing the original footage for boost keys, and I'm trying to think if I've even ever seen the muscle boost key before. If I have seen it in Real Soldier, I honestly don't remember it. Unfortunately for me, Real Soldier is a bit of a forgetful season. But if we have seen that one before, it still looks great. It looks great, and it looks even better as original footage, to certainly say the least. But a couple other things I continue to really love: Izzy's competitive spirit, her talk-backativeness, if that's even a word. They clearly had no problem trying to thrust themselves into a battle with Void Knight, even though, they definitely got their ass kicked a little bit before having Void Knight on his ass, if you will. So I really enjoyed that aspect also. But guys, listen. At the end of the day, I definitely want to go ahead and know your thoughts. What did you guys think about episode number 9? How did it fare in regards to some of the other episodes that you felt? Did you feel like it was more of a life lesson of the day and not much to it after that? Or did you like it a lot more than I certainly did? I definitely want to go ahead and know your guys' thoughts at the end of the day. But other than that, guys, I think that's going to do it for us here. Don't forget, we will be back tomorrow with episode number 10 and episode number 11 on Thursday. So if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, guys, along with that bell notification, so that when we do drop brand new videos, you will certainly be notified. But other than that, do me a big favor, guys. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and as always, keep it A+. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.